win, the upset, the Warriors taking down the Rockets in Houston, 95-85. Jimmy had 25 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, and 5 steals. This is still the playoff Jimmy that we knew from the past 5.5 years in a Heat jersey. Now he's just surrounded by better talent. Here's Jimmy Butler following the game, talking about Steph Curry and the prospects of the Warriors doing the unthinkable.
Like I always say, Batman comes out of nowhere. You never see him coming, then he just falls from the sky, from a building, behind the door, and does some incredible things, man. He's going to be the reason that we do win it all. We all know that, but we got to protect him at all costs.
He's talking about Curry there. Curry, who obviously is the straw that stirs the drink.
37 years old, by the way.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's a kind of a shame, and it obviously built his character. But if Steph Curry existed maybe from now going forward, or maybe 20 years ago, because LeBron James is the man who defies all age.
Yeah.
Steph's doing just a little bit less than LeBron in terms of that X factor to him, but he's also an alien.
He is. He honestly, his ability to also be in such great shape, because the way that Steph is defying odds as a small guard who's able to have longevity to the back end of his career, a lot of people assume it's just because he shoots it extremely well. He's the greatest shooter of all time. That's why he's still relevant today. No, he's also in excellent shape, and he runs miles and miles. When they pull out the NBA tracker data and they look at players that run and are in motion the most and run the most miles per game, like Steph is generally in the top 10, top 5 in that category, and that is not tailed off. His ability to relocate without the ball and find open spots to help create either more spacing for guys like Jimmy and Draymond to attack and play make, or to create enough space for himself to get a jump shot off, which generally goes in, it's impeccable. Like, Stephen Curry can probably play the game, especially the way he plays it, for another 6 years, and we would barely see anything deteriorate. The only thing I would have concerns about is whether or not he would be too much of a liability on defense at some point.
You know, the 6 years in the NBA, and then we go on over to the Big Three, and Ice Cube gets to enjoy himself some Steph Curry.
No. Steph needs to go to the PGA Tour.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Steph needs to go to the PGA Tour when he's done. But before he gets done, I have something to say about this iteration of the Golden State Warriors. This team. Forget about him at 43 years old. How about Steph right now at 37 years old and what Steve Kerr has in front of him? The Warriors are going to beat the Rockets. I think they made that clear. It was a declarative statement last night, a huge win. They stayed in control for most of the game. The Rockets got out early. The Warriors bounced back. And between Steph and Jimmy, they had just enough offense to eclipse the Rockets, who only mustered up 85 points at home. The Warriors are going to get out of this series. How many games? I don't know. What I do know is after the Warriors find their way past the Rockets, they get the winner of the Timberwolves and the Lakers. Both teams, I feel like the Warriors are perfectly constructed to get by. That won't be that much of an issue. It might go 5, 6, 7 games, sure. Like it's going to be a competition. The Warriors should be favored in either one or against either one of those teams in the second round. And then the question is, do they have the juice left in the tank to handle the Oklahoma City Thunder? I think we should be talking a little bit higher about this Golden State Warriors team. I think that this is the best team, the most talented team we've ever seen Jimmy Butler play on, and that's going a little bit undersold. I also think that this is not the best team, clearly, that the Warriors have had, that Steve Kerr has coached up, but it's better than the last one that won a championship for Golden State. Like, I think we can all agree that Jimmy Butler is an upgrade from what Klay Thompson was at that point. Between Klay and Andrew Wiggins, he gives you a little bit of both, not the shooting of Klay, but the high-level defense that you got from a perimeter guard that Klay used to give you in those early Warriors runs, plus the half-court offense he's able to create in big moments. On defense, he's a free safety still picking pockets left and right, 5 steals in a game against the Rockets. They have strong guard play. They have strong guards. He still was able to muster up 5 steals, sometimes just prying the ball away or jumping passing lanes, creating more opportunities for offense. This Warriors team is constructed to make a unprecedented run in the West, and it will be likened to what the Heat were able to do when they got to the finals against the Denver Nuggets. What was the driving force of that? Excellent shooting from the Heat when they made their way out of the play-in, but also Jimmy Butler. if Jimmy is still the playoff Jimmy that we knew from the past 5.5 years in a Heat uniform, this is the best talent he's been surrounded by, and this is part of the reason why I'm more critical of the Heat for not building and getting enough guys in there to give Jimmy the adequate help so that they can win a title than I am critical of Jimmy, who is saying, hey, I only got 2 or 3 more years of this. I want y'all to either give me the financial stability or build a contender around me. The Heat said, we ain't going to pay you, and we also ain't going to get you no help. Jimmy said goodbye. And look at where he's landed. In the perfect landing spot to end his career with Steph, with Draymond Green, 2 guys that he really believes in, 2 guys that he is very tightly knit with, and he has a lot of appreciation for. And if you don't believe me, again, take another listen. I want to hear Jimmy Butler again in his own words when asked about why he was so he was almost dumbfounded after one of those Steph shots, and you know which one I'm talking about, falling out of bounds, landing in a fan's lap afterwards, but draining a 3. Here's Jimmy's response, and listen to how glowingly he talks about Steph.
Like I always say, Batman comes out of nowhere. You never see him coming, then he just falls from the sky, from a building, behind the door, and does some incredible things, man. He's going to be the reason that we do win it all. We all know that, but we got to protect him at all costs.
He's calling Steph Batman. I'm calling the Warriors the newly minted favorites out of the West. I look at Hard Rock Bet. They're plus 1,500. They have the 4th shortest odds to win the NBA title, but they have the 2nd shortest odds out of the West. The favorites altogether, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and rightfully so. But I do believe the Warriors are going to prove, game in and game out, series in and series out, they are actually the team that is best built to win a title out of the West. And look, if you don't believe me, just take a look at what Jimmy did over the past 5.5 years and look at that last Warriors title run and tell me if this team is better than either of those. And I would say yes. What is your game 1 overreaction from the NBA playoffs? What has you saying things you never thought you would utter from your mouth? Let me know, because I just said that, and I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it for a good reason, too. I think Jimmy's got a little bit more to prove, and he still is hungry for that first title. Steph, by the way, can get number 5 and really take a stranglehold on LeBron's era in the NBA. It might turn into Steph's era. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Give me your game 1 of the playoffs overreaction. Maybe you're in the Stanley Cup postseason. Maybe you want to tell me your game 1 overreaction from that. I'm open. I'm down to hear you. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Join the fun. Join the fun on Emotion Monday here on Theoretically Speaking. 888-760-3776. Call. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Game 1 overreactions. You know, teams in the NBA for the first round alone, teams that win game 1 in the first round of the NBA playoffs go on to win the series 79.4% of the time. It's a large sector of data there, right? It's like over 280 games, and teams that win game 1 pretty much have a 4 out of 5 chance of winning the series. On the flip side of that, that means if you drop game 1, your odds are stacked against you.